Kia ora, e haere mai, hello and welcome to Daily Demos. I'm Miss McBride, this is Kind Koala, and this is Frankie, who's grumpy every day. Okay, well we're going to do a tiny little introduction to New Zealand Sign Language. So New Zealand Sign Language is one of the official languages of New Zealand, along with English and with Te Reo Māori. But this language is communicated in a very different way to English and Te Reo Māori. It's communicated using your, can you guess? That's right, using your hands. So New Zealand Sign Language is mainly used by people who do not hear, which means that if I talk to them, there would be no point because they could not hear what I was saying. Some people who are deaf can hear a little bit, so they could hear if they listened really close. Some people who are deaf can hear nothing at all. So people have different levels of deafness, but it's always going to be tricky for them to listen to you. So a language has been created, actually it was created by children in the playground in secret. A language has been created that uses your hands instead of your voice to talk, so that if you can't hear anything, it doesn't matter because you can see the signs that are being made with your hands. So the first thing we're going to learn is really important for all the other lessons that we'll be doing together. We need to learn how to spell with letters on our fingers and how to do numbers. All right, are you ready? Kind Koala's ready. But first, let's do a karakia. Mahunga ki raro.
Kia inoi tātou. Manawa mai te Māori nuku. Manawa mai te Māori rangi. Ko te Māori KO he Māori tipua. Ka pakaru mai te pō. Tau mai te Māori. Haumi e, hui e, tā iki e.
Ka pai. All right, so the first thing we're going to learn is the alphabet. I'm going to use my whiteboard marker to show you why some of the letters look how they do. So let's start with the letter A. The first thing that's important to tell you though is that it doesn't matter which hand you're using to do the pointing, because in New Zealand Sign Language we use two hands to spell letters. In American Sign Language we don't, we just use one hand. But because we use two in New Zealand Sign Language, it doesn't matter which hand you're using to do the pointing. So you don't need to copy me. You can do it the opposite way and switch your hands around. Okay, the letter A, we get one finger, the finger of the hand that we usually write with. So put up your hand with the hand that you usually write with and give it a shake. That's the hand that you're going to use for your pointing. Maybe you use this one to write with. That's the one that you're going to use for your pointing. Now I write with this hand, so I'm going to get my pointing finger on this hand and I'm going to point to my thumb. That is the letter A. Now you also need to mouth with your mouth, as if you're saying it, except no words come out. Now the reason that this is an A, how could I explain that? I'll give you a hint. Did anyone get the hint? I'll do it again. Did you get it? Hopefully you did. That's A, this is E, this is I, this is O, and this is U. A, E, I, O, U. So all of your vowels, A, E, I, O, U, are on one hand, just pointing to the different fingers. That's a really good way to remember your vowels. A, E, I, O, U. Or if you're using the other hand, A, E, I, O, U. A is always your thumb. Okay, so we had A. B. Can you guess what B will be? What B will be? That reminds me, if you see that cheeky B anywhere in the room, do make sure you let me know. It's always hiding in the background. You're right, B is this. It's like making goggles. The reason that this is B is because if I turn this on the side, it would make a capital B. But we don't do it that way. We do it this way. B. What do you think C is? You got it. C is getting your hand and making a C shape. Doesn't matter which hand, remember. What do we think D is? Well, if I have C, if I put some of my fingers down, so I've just got my thumb and my pointer, and then I get my other finger and I make the capital part, look, I've made a capital D. Can you try? Awesome. We know what E is. We've got A, B, C, D, E. Exactly. E is the second finger on your hand. Doesn't matter which way, because it goes A, E, I, O, U. So we have A, B, C, D, E, F. F, you get two fingers together on each hand and you pop them on top of each other. Can you guess why you might do that? You've got it. It looks like a capital F. Now G is really fun. G, we get two fists and we pop them on top of each other. Why do you think that might be a G? I'll give you a hint. Can you see how that looks a bit like two fists? Perfect. Looks like the top circle and the bottom loop. Ka pai. So we've got A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Now H is my favourite letter. H, we get two hands, put one hand down and wipe the other one on top. Doesn't matter which way. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Now do you remember I? That's right, it's your third finger. You're pointing to your third finger. I. Now J is easy because it starts exactly where your eye is. So when you have your eye, you point up the top there, and when you do J, you trace a J down. You trace a J down. Like that. You draw your J. Okay. Now K is one of the hardest letters. K, I need you to get the stick part of your K with one finger. Okay, and then I need you to get the crooked part of your K with the other finger. So I've got one stick and one crooked bit. Now I'm going to twist that crooked bit up and it makes a K. Or if I do it the other way around, like that. Alright, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. Now L, M and N are quite easy to remember. You need to pretend that one of your hands is your paper and you're going to put a little L on your page. A little L is just a line, so we get our finger and we pop it on our page. L. To do M is very similar to N. We're going to do an M, and the way that we remember that is that an M has 1, 2, 3 parts to it. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we get 3 fingers and we put that on our page. If we're doing N, and N doesn't have 3 parts to it, and N only has 1, 2 parts to it. So we use 2 fingers. So it was I, J, K, L, M, N. And you do all of this without speaking. Now O, we know O because it just uses our hands like before. A, E, I, O, U. A, E, I, O. There it is. O. Or on this hand, O. L-M-N-O-P. So just like with D, we're going to do a P, but with our fingers. So we're going to have a stick, and we're going to have a little loop, and we're going to put the loop at the top. Now open up your hands and let your fingers run free. P. If you're doing the other way, P. Okay, Q's a lot of fun. We're not going to do a little Q with our hands. We're going to do a big Q. So we need to make a circle with one hand, and then we need to make a stick. Circle, and then get your finger and put your stick inside. You can hook it in. Q. Now we're up to R. So imagine that this is a page again, just like we did for L, M, and N, and you're going to put an R on it. Now how could you make an R with just one finger? That's right, you just make a hook, and you put your R on your page, and it makes a little R. Not a capital R, but a little R. Ka pai. So we have Q, R, now S. I love S because S is the first letter of my name, Sophie. You make a pinky promise with yourself. So get your hands, put all your fingers down, and then just pop up your pinky fingers. Then what you're going to do is you're going to touch your pinky fingers together, and then you're going to lock them together. That's S, except you say it without saying it. So we have now T. A lot of people think T is going to be that because that's the sign we use at school if we need to go to the toilet. But really we should be using a different sign. We should be making a very fat top part of our T like this, big capital letter, and then doing just a little stick down because that's how we do it in sign language. All the other way around. Okay, T. Now we know U because it's in the A, E, I, O, U vowels hand. There it is. U. Or U. V, easy peasy because we get our page out again and we just make a peace sign, a V sign with our fingers and put it on our page. W looks pretty different to a W, but it's a lot of fun to do, so hopefully you'll remember it. You'll get your hands and you'll interlock them. X. Well, you can probably guess X. Do you want to guess? You got it. You get two fingers and you cross them to make an X. To do a Y is a little bit tricky. We're going to do a capital Y, so we're going to start off with the V shape of the Y. We're going to make a V shape like this. Can you see that there's a V shape in there? Okay, now we need to do the stick of the Y. So we're going to get a finger and we're going to put our finger at the bottom of the V. So you can see the V shape and the stick. So we have X, Y. And to do Z, you get one hand straight up, another hand, make it crooked, put them together, Z. Now the reason that looks like a Z is if you turn it on its side, it makes a bit of a zigzag, like that, or the other way around, like that. So here's your Z. Let's do our letters all together. You might need to practice on this video over and over again before you can do it with me, but I'm going to sing at a normal pace. Alright, toru, fa, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Ka pai. Now try doing it without speaking, just mouthing it. Ready? Awesome. You already know so much sign language, because the best thing about sign language is if you get stuck and you don't know the sign for something, you can just spell it on your hands and the person who you're talking to can show you what the sign is. All right, the next thing we need to learn very quickly is actually numbers. I'm only going to show you the numbers 1 to 20 because after that, it's really easy for you to figure out what the rest of the numbers are. So numbers are pretty simple up to 10. I'll show you. You only need one hand for numbers. So you choose the hand that you do your writing with, the hand that you feel the most comfortable writing with. For me, it's this one. Let's do the number 1. It's important that the back of your hand is facing the other person. So you have your palm facing you. You can see your palm of your hand. Okay, that's the number 1. What do you think 2 will be? Exactly. What do you think 3 will be? You've got it. What about 4? Okay, you're getting the hang of this. How about 5? Ka pai. Now it gets tricky. We're going to do the number 6. Let's quickly look at what the number 6 looks like. We're not going to get another hand. We don't need another hand to do numbers. Instead, we're going to make the shape of a 6 with our hand. We're going to put our fist down like this to make the circle of the 6. And then we're going to pop up our thumb like this. Not straight up, not a thumbs up. It's a crooked thumb because you're making the crooked part of the 6. Now 7, we're going to make the shape of a 7. Let's check out what the shape of a 7 is again. Okay, it's a zig, not a zigzag, but a zig. So we've got 6. All you're going to do is you're going to pop out your thumb and pop out your pointer. Okay, so it's like you're saying right on, or you're making a gun. The reason for that is if I turn it this way, it actually looks like a 7. Remember, it doesn't matter what hand you're using. 7. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now 8, all you need to do is pop out one more finger. It doesn't look like the shape of an 8, but you can remember that 8 is 1 more than 7. So you pop out one more finger. 8. Now, the number 9 is a little bit sad because the number 9 is this. It's not because 9 is the worst number ever, and we're doing a thumbs down. It's because you can see that this hand shape makes the shape of a 9. We have the circle and the stick. I did it on this hand, circle and the stick. Now 10's a lot of fun. 10 you get to find your middle finger and your thumb and you get to flick it. It's very dramatic. Okay, make sure you're not saying it out loud, you're just mouthing it. So let's try 1 to 10 with me. Ka pai. Awesome. Now to go from 11 all the way up to 19, you do something a little bit strange with your hands. See if you can guess what it is. 11, 12, 13, what am I doing? 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. What am I doing? Have a think to yourself or talk to someone next to you. You've got it. I'm shaking it. And that's because it's a teen number. It's a number that's somewhere between 10 and 20. These are the only numbers in all of the sign language numbers that you shake. And you know that the numbers between 10 and 20 will be the ones that you shake. So to do an 11, I have 2 ones. I'm going to shake my 1. 11. What's the number at the end of a 12? Oh, it's a 2. So for 12, I'm going to shake my 2. What's the number at the end of 13? Ah, it's a 3. So I'm going to shake my 3. Let's keep going. Now, to do a 20 and any number above 20, all you do is you put the two numbers that it's made up of next to each other. So if I'm doing 20, I just need to sign a 2 and then sign a 0 next door. So I do a 2 and then a 0. If I did it with another hand, it would look like this. Okay, you're just signing the numbers next door. So if it was 21 and 1. Now make sure you're mouthing 21, not 2-1. And hopefully you can go all the way up to 100 with this. Get the idea? Okay, you know all of the basics for sign language. So next time we have sign language, we'll learn a little bit more about actual signs that you can make that mean a whole word. These mean single numbers and single letters, but you've learned all of your letters and all of your numbers, and you can watch this as many times as you want to. Okay, I think it's time to end our lesson. You've done really well. Mahunga ki raro. Time for our karakia. Heads down.
Kia inoi tātou. Ka pā ki tua, ka pā ki waho. Ka pā ki te whare, ka pā ki te roa, ka pā ki te pou e tū nei, kia mā te ariki, kia mā te tauira. Nō hau e rua tau e tāne te wairoa e. Whānō, whānā, haramai te toki, homi e hui e tā iki e.
Ka pai tō mahi everyone. Good work everyone. We will see you for the next daily demo. I really look forward to seeing you again, and I can't wait to see your progress with sign language when we get back to school. All right, have a great afternoon. See you later. Mā te wā.